If you're running Docker containers anywhere on your infrastructure, you've probably gone looking for a web UI to manage it all. Right now, two names keep popping up, and that's Arcane, which you'll see here on the left, and Dockhand, which is on the right. They're both modern, gorgeous, and gunning for the same spot on your dashboard. And they're absolutely not the same tool under the hood. So today we're putting them side by side, head to head. I'm going to cover first the stuff that they both nail and do well. Then I'm going to cover the things that are exclusive to one another, and in the end, I'll tell you which one I'd actually run. I'm your host, Evan. Let's manage Docker containers. Let's look at a side-by-side of the Arcane dashboard on the left and Dockhand, which is on the right. The dashboards don't really tell you a lot, but as soon as I jump into the working environments, we get a lot more detail. Starting with the containers page, on the left with Arcane, we get a very simple list giving us the name, the image, the state, and all these other columns you'll see here as I scroll to the left. On the right with Dockhand, we get a very similar layout, except things are a lot more compact. Even though the way they look is different, they give you the same container lifecycle control. You can start, stop, restart, pause, remove, and you get live stats, resource usage, and port mappings right in the list. Both also handle compose stacks with a proper visual editor. On the left in Arcane, these are called projects, and on the right, they're just called stacks for Dockhand. If I jump into the stack for Arcane, for example, on both sides, you can see one of the first differences in Dockhand. As for right now, it's an external stack according to Dockhand, even though it can read my stacks directory. To fix this, all I have to do is browse for the compose pile, or I can do this in bulk. But I'll start by just doing this one container so I can show you a proper side-by-side. I'll browse for the compose file, and I mounted everything in Mount Big Deal Stacks, and Arcane is where I kept the compose, and it's right here, and then I'll click select. You can edit the YAML side by side with your environment variables, deploying and redeploying without touching the terminal at all. Arcane gives me this tab view down here, so if I have the compose YAML, I could also have the environment variables in the same little window on the bottom. I can also see in this project files the other things that were deployed to get Arcane running. That's kind of a convenience to see in Arcane. I get the same functionality in Dockhand, it's just in a different location. Both container managers also do image management. That's pulling images, spotting the unused ones that are eating up your disk space, and cleaning them up. In Arcane, you'll find that in the three-dot menu on the top right. I can do all those functions here. And in Dockhand, I get a button on the top row to do all the same things. Both also manage the requisite volumes with the ability to prune, refresh, and create them. Again, in Arcane, this will be in the three-dot menu, as well as view all your Docker networks. Arcane likes to hide all their functionality in the three-dot menu on the top right, but I assure you it's the same as the buttons that Dockhand has on the right. When I jump into my qubit torrent container from the containers view, they both give me the ability to shell directly into the running container. In Arcane, I'll click the shell button, and I'm actually realizing from the container view and Dockhand, I can't do that from this menu. I'm going to jump back out to the main menu, find the qubit torrent row, and then go over here to these buttons and click the little shell icon. Now I'm bashed in, and I'm going to pull this up on the bottom a little bit so I can see a little bit better, and I'm going to run the same command in both to show you how they work. This is a common command you would run in qubit to make sure your VPN is up and running. As you can see by the comparison on both sides, it works equally well, it just depends on how you like the layout. In the event you're running more than one Docker host, you can add the environment for the remote host, and it works through DNS hole punching, so you don't have to worry about things like opening up ports and the firewall for the remote host. Once the containers are deployed to the remote environment, it will reach back out to either Arcane or Dockhand at home. Therefore, as long as the remote environment can reach wherever you're hosting either Dockge or Arcane, you don't have to do any complicated networking theatrics. Both Arcane and Dockge do vulnerability scanning on the images that it's pulling from source. Within your environment editor, you can turn on the security from the security tab on either. Arcane uses Trivy by default, and Dockhand can use both Trivy and Gripe. Just a warning here, if you've never used security scanning for any of your Docker images, you're going to see quite a few vulnerabilities upon your first scan. It's nothing to worry about. In the same Edit Environment tab for both container managers, there's another option to do updates. On Arcane, this will be listed under Job Schedules, and in Dockhand, it'll be under Updates. Now, Arcane actually bundles a bunch of things in the job schedules because it can do more than just auto update. You can have auto healing turned on. It has some event cleanup maintenance, as well as scheduled pruning, a scheduled vulnerability scan, as well as auto updating. The auto update settings for Dockhand are a little bit more simple, but again, all of these functionalities are exposed somewhere in Dockhand. On the access side, both support OIDC single sign-on, both have various different types of notifications, and both ship pre-built compose templates for quick deployments in the stack settings. Both also do Git-based deployment now. You can connect a Git repository and have your stack sync from it, so your repo becomes the source of truth. So I want to be honest here, for a huge number of people watching, these functionalities are probably all you're going to use unless you're a power Docker user. Either one of these container managers does all of these functions well. It really just kind of depends on which UI you like. However, there are some things that they do independently that the other doesn't. I'm going to start with Arcane and talk about what that does, and then Dockhand doesn't, and then I'm going to switch to Dockhand and talk about what Dockhand can do and Arcane can't. Let's start with Arcane. Arcane has built-in Docker swarm support. If you're running an actual swarm cluster, Arcane speaks it natively and Dockhand doesn't. It also supports Podman, not just Docker, so if you've moved to a rootless Podman setup, that's a real consideration. Also, if you're very concerned about security, there's a federated credentials section of Arcane. This is used to trust external OIDC workload identities and exchange them for short-lived Arcane tokens, and this is really important if you use a GitHub action and you need something like this. For Dockhand, it definitely brings a genuinely different set of tools. When you're in your environments, if I were to go over and edit my TrueNAS, if I have security turned on, when I run updates, I get this really interesting thing when I schedule an automatic update. I can block updates with vulnerabilities. So right now, I'm never blocking that at all, but if I want to, I can make sure that if there's any more vulnerabilities than the current image I already have, I can automatically block an update or block them based on any of these other criteria. For those who are very security conscious, this one little toggle here makes a big difference. Within the network settings of Dockhand, I also get this button that says View Graph. And this is going to give me an overlay of all the networks that are built from each container. By clicking the magnification glass in the top right, I'm going to make this a lot bigger, and we can see one of the major networks I have here is my CF tunnel, and this allows everything to be on the same Cloudflare tunnel, which means when I'm in Cloudflare, I can reference all of my containers that are attached to this network by the container name :port. But you can see there's a variety of other networks that are created across all of my very many containers, and this overlay gives me this really interesting image that lets me visualize it in real time. Within the settings, I also get the ability to build these cool things called config sets. The config sets are reusable templates for container configurations that define common environment variables, labels, ports, and volumes, and then can apply them when creating or editing containers. This is really interesting because in the event I'm deploying a lot of containers, say for example something like a media stack, I can add the config set here, and I can have some basic environment variables like my PUID and PGID of 568. I also can do volume mappings. For example, I can mount my media data path into the /media within the container as read-write, which minimizes my constant copying and pasting every single time I set up a new media container. I can also always set my restart policy to unless stop, which is my standard. One of the other features I wish I can show but I'm not using is also the way that your containers are displayed in the container grid. You can see in the column for ports that the external and internal ports are exposed here, but in the event I was using something like a label for traffic or pangolin, it would surface the public URL as a clickable pill. There is one thing I want to point out within Dockhand that it does not do that Arcane does, and that's some of the enterprise features. Dockhand does have a paid version, and it does have paywalled features. In the event you're a small business, you can pay $4.99 per host per year, or if you're enterprising this, it comes in at a whopping $14.99 per host per year. Role-based access control, LDAP, and Active Directory, and audit logging are all behind this paywall. Did you know I'm available for hire? If you would like a free quote, follow the Hire Me link in the video description below to book time with me one-on-one. Talking about the project health of both of these, Arcane is the older and busier of the two, well over 5,000 stars, dozens of releases, and a commit history that frankly does not stop. It's an extremely actively maintained project. I'm in personal communication with the developer, and he is very actively committed. However, Dockhand is newer and smaller. It's got a few thousand stars, and it's got a younger release history, but it's shipping frequently, and its developer is cleanly moving fast. Many people have adopted Dockhand over Arcane as their standard Docker container manager. They're both healthy. You should just know that Arcane has a little bit more road behind it. In my personal opinion, if you want open source purity, Docker Swarm, or Podman, you're going to be in the Arcane camp. You're going to want to choose Dockhand if you want that safe pull update flow. In terms of UI, people tend to go more towards Dockhand because you get a lot more within the view without having to click so many things, but it really is a personal opinion. I really love that Arcane is fully open and everything is free, but Dockhand's safe pull is a really kind of handy feature if you value the security of your host. For right now, I'm running both side by side. I'm going to kind of play with them until I come up with a winner for myself personally, but because Docker container management is very personal, whatever I choose may not be right for you. Since they both feature so many overlapping tools, Really, it doesn't matter which one I pick because I can get the same functionality out of both that I need for my daily use, so I can probably go either way. Let me know in the comments, are you Team Arcane or Team Dockhand, and what's the one feature that decides it for you? Drop it below because I read these and they shape the follow-up. If this helped you today, make sure to hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you want to support the channel directly and get some perks, the Patreon link is in the video description below. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee. If you want something simpler than the both of these because you're just starting out, go ahead and check out my video on Dockge. It's got very simplified functionality for just deploying and managing containers, and it might be a little bit of a better fit if you've never worked with Docker before. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, stay curious.